Sonic Adventure. It's a good game, right?
Maybe.
Well, that doesn't matter today, because I'll be counting down the top 6, yes, you heard me, 6 shortcuts in Sonic Adventure. Even though the fun of Sonic Adventure is playing around and finding secrets, some people just don't want to do that, and just want to finish the game as quickly as possible, instead of learning on their own. So, as every lazy YouTuber with opinion says, here are my rules for today's list. Rule 1. My opinion is fact, and it shall not be questioned by mere mortals like yourselves. Rule 2. I'll only be counting down shortcuts in Sonic's story because that's the only one with shortcuts of note, and that's the story that everybody likes. Rule 3. I won't be counting Red Mountain because if I did, every number on this list would be a shortcut in Red Mountain. And finally, Rule 4. I'll only be counting intentional shortcuts, so no spin dash jumping here, no. So before we begin, hey everybody, it's me, Sketch, and today I'm investing in laziness because I'm bankrupt in creativity. Let's count down the top 6 shortcuts in Sonic Adventure. Number 6. Emerald Coast. Strangely enough, Emerald Coast does not have any major shortcuts besides one. This is probably because they wanted you to experiment with the game's physics rather than rely on skill. But nevertheless, the first shortcut is kinda easy to pull off and it saves about 10 to 15 seconds of time. All you need to do is grab these speed shoes on the wall and don't fall. There's a spring inside of the hole that takes you to the next section of the level. If you fail this, you'll have to trudge through water slowly and deal with moving spikes. They do give you a ring monitor as a consolation prize though. Number 5. Skydeck. Skydeck is widely known as one of the more janky and longer stages in Sonic Adventure, but there's a skip in the very beginning that helps you save a few seconds to make the journey less painful. After climbing up the first ladder, there's a string of badniks to the side. Homing attack them and then finish a short platforming section. Then you'll be granted an extra life and a ticket to the next checkpoint. As a matter of fact, there's a shortcut right next to the checkpoint, which requires you to also do another homing attack chain on a few enemies, and it'll allow you to skip an even longer platforming challenge. Talk about 2 for 1. Number 4. Icecap. So this is the stage that started the trend of reusing zones in the 3D games. Well, Icecap zone here is nowhere near as fun as it was in 3K. It's still a fun time, though the beginning part of it is so boring. You have to traverse these ice stalactites. Stalactites is 2 letters away from being stalactites. And it just does not match well with the fast-paced platforming Sonic is known for. But what if I told you there was a way to skip all of that right from the get-go? All you have to do is go down to the beginning section of the mounting section, and you'll find a trail of rings as well as a jump pad. Just charge your lightspeed dash and then let it go at the trail of rings. Then you have to mash A few times and you will be right in the second section without even having to touch the first. Number 3. Casinopolis. Remember how I said Skydeck was one of the longest stages in the game? Yeah, well this is the longest stage in the game. Mostly because you have to collect around 500 rings to dispense so you can get to the end by playing pinball. Pinball! But, if you fall down here in the pinball table 3 times, look, 0 balls, just like the rest of the Sonic fanbase, then you'll be transported to the sewer, where you collect a fuck ton of rings to dispense. And if you don't get enough the first time, you can just keep doing it until you get 500 rings. Then bang bang boom, you're done. Number 2. Speed Highway. I often considered the best stage in Sonic Adventure, even though Red Mountain exists. Speed Highway is filled with shortcuts and fast-paced action. But the one I want to highlight happens at the At Dawn section of the stage. If you land on this platform after the spring launches you and then homing attack into the small crease, it will take you directly to the end of the stage, skipping everything else in the At Dawn section. But there's one last shortcut that'll take you directly to the end of the game. I want you to see everything while skipping out on all the awfulness in the other stories. Number 1. Look up the cutscenes online.